So the cars on the grid then, and we get ready for our first action of the day with the Fiesta STs. Of course, we have the Fiesta STs. We've got the Challenge Cup as well, taking part of that, the ST Challenge. Just the three cars that are in that is going to be Kieran Preedy in the number 21. Also is going to be number 5, Lauren Murray, and then there's number 7, Stuart Murray. But the cars making their way off, so let's check out the grid then for our first race of the afternoon. You can see there in pole position, Liam McGill ahead of Stephen Gray. Row 2 is going to be Ian Blackley with Roddy Orr. Row 3 is going to be Kieran Preedy along with Andrew Mackey. Row 4, Gerald Henry and Peter Cruikshank in 7th and 8th. Row 5 is going to be Lon Murray and Stephen Ward. Nick Forsyth is alongside Lucy Hales-Maver on row 6. And then at the back of the grid, Stuart Murray in 13th position rounds out our grid. So the cars making their way through just now, as we said. It's going to be a rather interesting day at the races. So the cars making their way round on the green flag lap then. The marshals making sure all the last minute changes and necessities have been taken care of. And let's have a quick look at the points and the standings then. And it's joint top of the table then for Stephen Gray alongside Liam McGill. Brodior is in 3rd position, 114 points. That's 46 points behind your joint championship leaders. Mark Dixon in 4th on 88. Ian Blakely in 5th position. Dave Colville down in 6th with Peter Cruikshank in 7th. Kieran Preedy in 8th position. Russell Morgan in 9th and Lorne Murray in 10th position. Just 28 points. But Lorne, again, a driver that I know personally myself actually. Lorne has really enjoyed the challenge of racing in these STs. He's an avid sim racer and has found it really enjoyable, the transfer of skills between the two disciplines. But the STs up onto the grid then for their first race of the day. And you can see then side by side, as we said, the 62 up on the left-hand side there. So just waiting for the cars to get onto the grid for this first race of the afternoon. There you can see the number 7 just at the back of the grid, rounding out the field. We get the green flag ready to go. We'll get the 1 minute board, then the 30-second board held up. And we will be good to go racing here at Knockhill this afternoon. We've got 8 races up in store for you today. The Legends will make their return, second race for them as well. And many, many others. The C1s in association with SMTA. 30-second boards held out. You can see Liam McGill and Stephen Gray at the front of the field. Five-second boards held out. The lights are on. And we get ready to go this afternoon for our first race. And it's away. A clean start from the 13 cars there. Everybody away in these fantastic sounding ST Fiestas. Down into Duff Step for the first time of asking then. We've already got a car taken to the escape road. I wonder if that was the 35 of Andrew Mackey having to do so already. But look at Liam McGill already way out in the lead. And there you go. That is going to be the 23, I believe, of Lucy Hales-Maver that was running very, very wide there. But already that is a heck of a gap opened up between both Liam McGill and Stephen Gray. They are miles ahead of Ian Blackley and the rest of the field already just now. So a heck of a start for them just now. But also looking further back, it is indeed Ian Blackley. Brodie Orr is in there as well. There's Stephen Gray having a look to the inside of Liam McGill. It's not going to happen there. So there we go, lap 1 completed for the STs, the Scottish ST Cup. Down through Duff Step then for the second lap in a row then. You can see Liam McGill still ahead of the 24 of Stephen Gray, the two of them nose to tail, as we've got 11 laps left to go in this race here. So it's a long time, it's going to be a long slog for these drivers to be able to go through, and you get the feeling that the pace that they're going just now, they're going to come across some lap traffic probably by about lap 8 or lap 9. But again, it's a very muted affair actually. It's a very calm start for the remainder of the field right now. They're all able to get themselves into their positions here. I don't know how calm it's going to stay for Stephen Gray. You do get the feeling that he's, again, maybe weighing something up here. As you can see in shot there, that's a 55 and the 5. That's Stephen Ward just ahead of Lorne Murray just now. Liam McGill takes the fastest lap of the race, 61.642. That is 1/10 of a second faster than Stephen Gray in that second position just now. But you can see as well, a little bit of a gap opening up to Stephen Gray in second place. Have a look at Kieran Preedy though in the 21. He's in no man's land ahead of Andrew Mackey and just behind Stephen Gray as well. Probably about 1.6 seconds behind Stephen Gray in that second place. But he has got nobody behind him directly. Oh, and that was a bit of a wiggle there from the 333 of Ian Blackley there. He's got Brodie Orr right on his tail. The plucky youngster trying to make anything happen right now, but it's not happening for the 31 of Brodie Orr right now. He's desperately trying to get past that car in front of him of Ian Blackley. Is it going to be a move to the inside? We've seen this time and time again from Brodie Orr. No, because Ian Blackley counters that move there. He kept that car nice and tight to the apex and actually managed to just trail brake that car through the exit of that corner there. So great stuff to see from the 333 of Ian Blackley. Not only holding on to that position, but actually making it work for him. And that was a bit of a moment there for Brodie Orr there. Tries to get back onto the grass there. Went very, very wide there. Little bit of contact with the car behind him. I believe that was the 61, perhaps, of Peter Cruikshank, who was trying to make a move stick there. In fact, actually, that was the 147 of Gerald Henry, who was trying to make a move there. So Brodie Orr actually going significantly down the order here, because there is Peter Cruikshank is already a car in front of Brodie Orr right now. And unfortunately, this is what we've seen from the youngster, still very much cutting his teeth in these saloon cars here, is the fact that maybe just pushing the car a little bit too hard there, as Gerald Henry sends it up the inside there. Very, very talented youngster, and that's into the pits. That is going to be one of the red cars. That, I believe, is that Kieran Preedy that's went into pit lane there. Looks like some sort of suspension damage on the right rear there. He's going to head into pit lane. I believe that's a 21 of Kieran Preedy. So from a very strong position, Kieran Preedy has to take the car into pit lane, potentially going to be retiring that car from the race. We can see there the 35 there, that is Andrew Mackey, now in between Ian Blackley, who is up to third position, and ahead of Peter Cruikshank as well. 8 laps left to go in this race, and again, we need to find out what on earth happened there to Kieran Preedy in that 21 there. It did look like there was some sort of mechanical failure on that car, because it was bouncing about when it went up into pit lane there. But anyway, having a look at the 333 right now of Ian Blackley, he has got 35 of Andrew Mackey firmly on his tail there, and we've got safety. In fact, it's a red flag. So we've got a red flag on the on the race here. Now, we didn't see any incident or any cars stopped there, so perhaps it's debris that's left on the track there. We'll have to get a word out to find out what has happened there. But again, a red flag coming out. And, well, there we go. That's what's going to have happened then. That's the 55 of Stephen Ward. The car is on its side, so that's going to have to be recovered there. That looks like it's been a... Now, that is down at the bottom of Duff's Step, so that's been a fairly high-speed accident, if that is the case. If he's been able to get the brakes on, it's a very easy accident to actually happen. So we'll make sure that the driver is absolutely fine, and that car is able to be recovered. But red flag situation at the moment. There we go then. So red flag out. The stewards and marshals on scene, making sure that car and the driver can be righted, put up in the right way. It's never fun, actually, when the car is in a position where it's not supposed to be. But again, without seeing any replays or anything, again, it's a very precise spot where that car has come into contact at the bottom of Duff's Step. It's a braking zone going into McIntyre's. Very easy to either lock up a brake, come into contact with another car. You end up going into that short run across the gravel trap, hit the tyre wall on the inside there. And, I mean, we see it in the relatively low-speed C1s as well, how easy it is for these cars to lose balance and to tip over. But as we said, we'll keep our eye on everything that's going on just now with a very brief stoppage for red flag just now. But as it stood, it was Liam McGill ahead of Stephen Gray, Ian Blackley in third position, Andrew Mackey in fourth, Peter Cruikshank in fifth, with Gerald Henry in sixth position. Seventh position is Brodie Orr. Eighth position is Kieran Preedy. Lorne Murray is in ninth position as well. Now, Stephen Ward was marked down in 10th position. Nicholas Forsyth in the 54 car is in 11th. You can see Nick Forsyth just coming up there with the 23 behind him of Lucy Hales-Maver and Stuart Murray in the background. So we'll have a little brief pause just now for a couple of minutes while we've got this red flag going on. The drivers will get a chance to recoup, to gather their senses, to think about what they're going to do differently after this restart. So there we go, the restart is official now. It goes on to the time screen. So Liam McGill on row 1 alongside Stephen Gray, Ian Blackley on row 2 alongside Andrew Mackey, Peter Cruikshank alongside Gerald Henry on row 3. Row 4 is going to be Brodie Orr alongside Kieran Preedy, and then it's Lorne Murray with Nick Forsyth in row 5. Row 6 is going to be Lucy Hales-Maver and Stuart Murray rounding out the grid. Reminder, we're going to have one green flag lap, and then we will go into a 7-lap race. That is what we have got in store for us this afternoon. After the Fiesta STs is going to be the return of the Scottish Mini Cooper Cup and Mini Cooper S Cup, powered by Project 21 Detailing and in association with Yokohama Tyres as well. But here we go then, green flag lap is underway. So the drivers now, this is a very important time for the drivers, because after that red flag stoppage, it's a time for them to reset their minds. It's a time for them to refocus on the job ahead. Again, having a break like that can really ruin your concentration, because you're thinking about the race, you're thinking about everything that's going on, and then you get a break. It takes you out of your rhythm, it takes you out of, you know, the whole thought process that you had going on. And that is exactly what they will be trying to undo here just now. So the cars coming up through the back straight now for the end of their green flag lap. And now, interestingly, one of the people that I gave a big shout out to was my good friend Edward Porter, one of the marshals here at Knockhill, who is actually I'm shocked and horrified to hear this. He's actually got a day off today. He's watching the live stream with a beer in hand and actually enjoying this. So I'll be sure to pass that on to all your fellow marshals, because I'm betting they'd quite fancy having a wee beer this afternoon. But Edward, a huge thank you to you and the rest of the team here. He's doing an amazing job, and it really, really is great to see that you guys and girls all enjoy everything that you do so very, very much. Mr. Ninja Fish thinks that it's the natives sending a secret signal up on the hillside there. Well, I'm hoping that we're still able to laugh and to joke about it. However, it is a sign of the unseasonably warm weather that we've been having lately here at Knockhill. I know the entire production team is looking at me with daggers in their eyes, not believing any of that. But it's been very, very warm here at Knockhill. But the red lights ready to go on here for the restart of this Fiesta ST Cup race. Away we go. Again, side by side for your championship protagonists then. Up at the front of the grid, Liam McGill alongside Stephen McRae, who's going to be out in front for the start of this restart. And it looks like it's going to be the 24 of Stephen Gray. That was a big, big moment at the end of the corner there for Liam McGill there. 2 wheels for a good amount of airtime there, but he had to tuck into that second place. Couldn't quite make it happen here, but he's going to try and keep pushing. So we do have a little bit of a reverse on what we had before the restart of this race. Liam McGill gets caught and has to end up, you know, taking that second place behind. Oh, a little bit of rally cross there from the 61. I believe that might have been Peter Cruikshank. It was going all across the kitty litter there. These cars make wonderful rallycross cars, but perhaps not in situations like today, as we see the leaders all coming into the hairpin then. Liam McGill actually dropping back a tiny, tiny bit here. He's going to have to stay within contention of Stephen Gray right now here. As you can see in third place then, Ian Blackley ahead of Andrew Mackey here. And the cars all streaming over the start-finish line there. That was a huge moment there for Ian Blackley. I've got no idea where he was going at the top of Duffus there. Compromises his line there, and that is going to bring him right back into the fight with Brodior. And have a look at that fight that's going on there. That's Gerald Henry that's still trying to give it to. They're side by side. Brodior, tail hanging off of the car. Wing mirrors hanging off of that car as well. But he can't quite do it. The 147 of Gerald Henry tries sneaking up the inside there, but that was a heck of a move on Andrew Mackey. Bravery wasn't enough this time though, and that is going to cause a little bit of damage to Brodior in that machine. Look up the inside there. There's the 147. Light on the brakes. There's nothing that Brodior can do other than try and drive around the outside there. Great move there from Gerald Henry. As cool as you like, but look at Brodior. He's still got the foot in. He doesn't want to give this up. They're side by side going across the line here. And knowing Brodior like I do, he's going to try and outbrake him into this corner here. So let's see. They're still side by side. And Brody gets the move done. Unbelievable from Brodior. That was incredible, incredible bravery to keep the foot in round the outside of Duffus. That holds on to that 5th position. Brodior can absolutely hold his hands up in delight in that one. Brodior currently in 5th position, and again just shows how hotly contested this Fiesta ST group is. That's for 5th place. That isn't even for a podium position, and they're still fighting tooth and nail for it. It's still, though, Stephen Gray at the lead of this group. Now, what is going to happen here with Gerald Henry? He looks to the inside. Is it going to be another late braking manoeuvre? It is, and Brodior has the move around the outside there. Amazing stuff, and you get the feeling this is just going to go on lap after lap after lap after lap with these two here. Gerald Henry, though, still side by side with Brodior here. And there's only so many more laps that this can actually go on, because the two of them are just going to get a little bit closer here. And there we go. Brodior somehow was on the inside line. So Brodior takes that 5th position back from the 147 of Gerald Henry here. Oh, and he gets it all sorts of sideways, coming up through the chicane. And this, unfortunately, this is what we see from Brody time and time again. incredibly talented youngster, but he give it to about lap 5 or 6, and he starts pushing the car way too hard. He starts pushing it beyond what the car can do. And my goodness me, I wish it had that grip, because he would just be able to run rings round a lot of these drivers here. But you have to learn where the limits of the car are, and you have to drive to the limits of that car. Thankfully, I think he's got to calm down a little bit here, because it doesn't look like that 147 of Gerald Henry does have an answer here. I might be immediately wrong though, but it didn't look like Gerald Henry was fully alongside at that point. We'll see as the cars come in. Yep, there we go then. So in fact, I've got no idea how that's just happened, but Brody Orr has now just lost that position to the 147 of Gerald Henry. So out of sight of our corners here, and Brody Orr still trying to keep the foot in there. The rear wheel caught a little bit of the grass there, and they're going to be side by side again. And this is incredible action. Gerald Henry did exactly what Brody Orr did that last lap round. Got it all wrong. Too much power, excuse me, into the chicane. And oh my goodness me. This is, again, I have to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, this is a battle for 5th position. Stephen Gray and Liam McGill are up into the distance. They're not even fighting or up into the inside there. Is going to try and drive that 147 of Gerald Henry up wide. Now this is going to bring in Peter Cruikshank into the mix as well. So there we go, a little bit of airtime for Brody Orr. He's still on to the back of Gerald Henry here. It's still Stephen Gray from Liam McGill. That gap has opened up to about a second. Look at Peter Cruikshank. He fancies the mix in this as well. Unbelievable action here from our Fiesta STs right now. Who's that in the background? That's Lorne Murray. Lorne Murray fancies getting involved with this 4-car battle as well. This is turning into an absolute street fight right now. More rallycross action from Brody Orr. Complete disregard for any of the curbing there. And I think that might have given Gerald Henry a little bit of respite there. Because have a look at Lorne Murray side by side with Peter Cruikshank. He'd have to get up way earlier in the morning to catch Peter Cruikshank out like that on the final corner there. But it does look like that's a bit of a gap there for Gerald Henry right now. A little bit of a breather. And was that Kieran Preedy that I just saw there as well? Now that's a huge thing, because we didn't see Kieran Preedy. He went into the pit lane from the red flag, and now suddenly he's right onto the back of Lorne Murray as well. So, and he's on the same lap. So Kieran Preedy, this is a heck of a recovery drive. He's past Lorne Murray. So Kieran Preedy is up into 8th position right now. Peter Cruikshank doing a little bit of Tokyo drift out of the chicane there, coming up to Clark Corner. That car absolutely begging for any sort of traction whatsoever, but it's not going to happen. Kieran Preedy has already got a sight set on that number 61 in front of him. Brody Orr now has dropped massively off the back of Gerald Henry. It doesn't look like that one is going to be happening anytime soon. Stephen Gray comes across the line to cut off another lap, and there we go. We completely missed it. We were so engaged with the fight between Henry, Brody Orr and Peter Cruikshank that we missed the checkered flag. We missed the fact that Stephen Gray won that race by over a second on Liam McGill. Ian Blackley in 3rd position. I'm going to have to go and have words with Gerald Henry and Brody Orr and Peter Cruikshank, because I've never seen it where we've been so obsessed with a race for 5th place that we've just completely missed the top 3 drivers. Absolutely speechless on that one as well. I didn't even notice it was the last lap. I'm absolutely devastated that that race is over. That was absolutely fantastic. Definitely one of the races of the weekend so far. Huge congratulations to Stephen Gray. I'm also noticing Liam McGill going very, very slowly. Is Liam McGill with a problem? Now that is going to be a big issue if that is the case here. He opens up the door of the car. Liam McGill might have to... now obviously he's past the checkered flag here, so he'll get that 2nd place, but this could be a big issue going into Parc Fermé. Now you can see a little whiff of what looks like smoke or steam as he opened that bonnet there, but well, that could have huge implications on race 2 there. And, well, there you go. Stephen Gray, though, taking the race win. Liam McGill, he's not looking too happy just now, safe to say. But great second place for him. Ian Blackley in third position. It's going to be Andrew Mackey in fourth. Gerald Henry, after that amazing battle with Brodie Orr, finishes in fifth position. Brodie Orr in sixth. Peter Cruikshank in seventh. Kieran Preedy in eighth position. Ninth position in Lauren Murray. Lucy Hales-Mayfair is going to finish in 10th position. Nick Forsyth in 11th. And then Stuart Murray will finish in 12th positions. But the car's making their way into the Holden area now. And Andy, I know you were in the room with us in the commentary box watching that unfold. I've never seen such a crazy, crazy race for fifth position.
Yeah, pure drama there from Brodie Orr, really putting on a show. But it's this man, Stephen Gray, who takes the win in the opener here in the Fiestas. Of course, Liam McGill did the double last time out at Cadwell Park to tie the championship standings, but it is Stephen Gray who will take a 5-point lead here going into the final race later on this afternoon. Of course, side by side with the restart, and they got the jump on Liam to go into the lead and take the win here today. So Stephen Gray will be more than happy with that one, I suspect, in the number 24 car. And we'll grab a quick word with him now.
I very much am more than happy with that.
Stephen, I mean, that was a massive result for you,
yes.
And you must be over the moon. Yes,
Absolutely massive. I had a real horror story at Cadwell Park there where I lost a lot of points. Liam and I got in joint equal on points to this round there, and really, to be honest, I was saved by the restart there. You know, it was off the line. There really wasn't much between us. I don't think I would have caught him if it wasn't for the restart. I think it was probably about the same for him, his jump off the line, but oof, it's close, isn't it? Only 5 points in it now.
No, definitely. I mean, that must give you a lot of confidence as well going into the second race later this afternoon.
It does, yeah. Car's feeling good, you know, new engine in it after Cadwell Park, so it felt good, so yeah, fingers crossed.
Great stuff. Well done, Stephen.
Thank
Congratulations.
You. Cheers, thanks.
Stephen Gray taking the win in the opener here today in the Fiestas. He'll be very, very pleased with that one. Let's get a quick chat with the Triple C man here, and wow, what a race! I mean, we had the red flag as well to contend with.
Yep.
What was your kind of thoughts going into that and into the restart? Were you trying to maybe try and make a move, or was it, you know, there was a lot of action as well behind to contend with?
There was a lot of action behind, but I had a bad start the first time, so it was making sure I got a good start the second time, to be quite honest, to kind of keep my position, and then it was just a case of hanging on. Obviously the guys in front are really quick, so and Andy, I think it is, that finished in fourth. He was keeping me honest as well. He was very, very close at a few occasions, so no, it was really good. So I'm quite happy with the car. It was going well, so yep, excellent.
Yeah. So what's the kind of game plan going into the second race this afternoon?
I think I might change some suspension settings, to be quite honest. I think I could be kind of improving a wee bit, so we'll see if that makes a difference, so all good.
Good stuff. Best of luck this afternoon.
Thank you.
Let's grab a very quick chat with Kieran Preedy, because he had quite an eventful race, that has to be said. There was a look like had to pull the car into pit lane, maybe a potential issue with it, but back out, and a very strong performance from him. So let's grab a quick chat with the number 21 driver, Kieran Preedy. Kieran, just sum up your emotions after that one. Quite an eventful race for you.
Yeah, very eventful. Not quite sure what happened, to be honest. Yeah, just had a charge from the back of the grid and see what we got, kind of thing. Managed to get ahead of Lawn, which was the big challenge today. So yeah, we started fourth or fifth on the grid. Got up to third on the first lap. Managed to stay there on the second lap and then lost all power. So we came into the pits and we didn't really do anything to the car. It just seemed to start back up again. But then we went back out and yeah, started from the pit lane and seemed to, I don't know what happened after that. It was just all a charge and go. Yeah. So yeah, all good.
Excellent. So do we just have a quick look at the car just in this little interval ahead of the second race, just to try and iron out any potential gremlins?
Yeah, guess see what happens. Yeah, it just seemed to bog down in second, kind of coming out of the corner. But no idea what happened. But a bit of a pain, because we would have been third.
Yeah.
Would have been third and a first for the challenge as well. But oh well, it's fine.
No, good stuff. Kieran, congratulations. Best of luck for the second race.